Imagine your life as the daughter of a free-spirited belly dancer in the early 1960s. This is the story of Rose, whose mother travelled around Europe wherever the fancy took her, and dragged Rose and her sister Poppy along with her. So the tag with her name in. It's part of the belly dancing skirt that her mum used to wear. This is Rose. And so the adventure begins. On the spine we've got some buttons, and this is covered in the most luxurious velvet fabric. It's really, really soft and yummy. Tied together with whatever Rose could find. So in this case it was a piece of cotton, really funky. So Rose's mum called it their great adventure. So Rose learned how to make baskets and bags from this little booklet, and she used to sell them whenever they stopped at a fair or a circus or wherever mum could find some work. And I put this book plate with a rose, but you can put your own name in. So as you can see, Rose has a pipe, and she got this habit from her grandfather Albert, who she absolutely adored. So her grandfather and her nana now lived in Dortmund in Germany, and these are some photos. They're just postcards of Dortmund, tucked into a little hand embroidered pocket in there. Her grandfather used to come up and see Rose and her sister Poppy, and he would bring them treats like sweets and all sorts of bits that they weren't really allowed. But you know what grandfathers are like. And Albert loved his two little grandchildren, his granddaughters. Little tags in there. So we'll get on to them later on. This bit of music paper is all about Rose, which I thought was quite sweet. And this is to symbolise all the travel that they did. Not quite all around the world, but a lot of Europe. And all the dangles are the things that Rose has found when, like, the fairground had closed for the day and all the visitors had gone home, and she would find little trinkets and maybe just, little bits. And this one came from my friend Rhonda, so a perfect colour to go in here. Little embossed tag and a little scrappy pad to do some jotting in a little handmade pocket. Again, just little things. And butterflies. Her nana, Enid, loved butterflies. So I think that's where Rose got her love of butterflies from. So this little stamp tag is something I'll be showing you in an upcoming mass make. Oh, look at the peacocks. And Rose has a soft spot for peacocks too. And she did find an absolutely gorgeous feather, which is on the next couple of pages, just lying on the ground. But we'll get to that. When her mum, Scarlett, actually did some cooking, this was one of her favourite ones to do because it's nice and cheap. It's got suet and breadcrumbs, jam, marmalade, flour and milk, and she just used to mix it all together and steam it for hours. And, you know, I mean, it probably didn't taste that good, but it was nice and cheap and it filled the girls up. Rose used to love going out and finding flowers to dry to put into her work, just to make them look a little bit more special. Well, here we go with the peacock feather. Now, she found this on the floor when she was on one of her little trips, and she put it inside her diary, and it's now stuck on the page. And I think that's quite sweet too. So that just stays on the page on its own. I haven't glued it, it just stays on there. But yeah, how pretty is that? So absolutely gorgeous. This is Scarlett. This is her mum getting ready for a show when they were in Luxembourg in 1965. Bit of a beauty. You can see why she was a free spirit. And this is another bit of one of her outfits. And here we have one of the belly bands that we made quite a while back, because this journal's been keeping me going. And a little tag with roses. And we've just got a little paper clip to hold that on, because you know what these are like. Okay, so we've just got more pages. You can do whatever you like in. This is like one of the very few photos she's got, them setting up the camp with the old gypsy wagon. Some of the dyed paper when she's pressing her flowers. So, just in there. Just thought them colours went so beautifully. Lots of bits and pieces for you to play in here. One of Rose's most favourite birds, the robin. She always had a lovely day when she saw a robin. She used to think it was her granddad looking out for her. Whenever she saw him, she used to go, "Hello, Granddad." Little tag. Nice. Just some fabric and tucks. Loads of writing space for you to journal all about your days as well as Rose's. In here is a letter that Rose found after her grandparents had passed away, and it was sent to her grandmother, Enid. If you buy the journal, you'll be able to read it, and it's quite a funny little letter. So that pops in there. Look at all these gorgeous stamps as well. So, and there's my cat. Oh, we're coming up to my favourite page. Rose has attached this gorgeous piece of vintage lace, which is actually the collar of one of her Nana Enid's best, Sunday best blouses. You know, they have to have your Sunday best. And tucked away in this little butterfly pocket, in a butterfly envelope, she's got some photos of her Nana Enid and Grandpa Albert. And inside there are two gorgeous photos from 1938 of Enid and Albert. So she'll treasure them because that's all she's got left. tuck them safely away. This will come off. I've just attached this there. And this shell was something her nana picked up from the beach where she was in that photo. So on her little searches, because she's always looking, she's loving looking and finding bits and pieces. In this little pocket, Rose has popped some trim that she thinks her mum has forgotten all about, because it's perfect for one of her outfits. But Rose has put it in here safe. And also, she's got a card of her dream home. Just a little house. She only wants a little one, with apple trees and a fence. So she's kept that as well. There's some more found stuff. So Rose's sister Poppy loves to stitch, and she's made all these pockets out of just bits and pieces that she's found lying around. She's just like Rose. She likes to find things. That's a gorgeous one. I bet that came off her mum's dress, one of her mum's dresses. Some more, loads of little things. So in here we've got a little notepad made up of all bits and pieces of paper that she's found. So we've got music paper and all sorts in there. So just a little scrappy notepad in this big pocket. Lovely trims. And this is her sister Poppy. Now this is a piece of her favourite blanket coat. And as you can see, it's one of Poppy's favourite. And this was in 1982. Another one of Poppy's pockets. And some writing paper. And a tag for you to journal on. I can just see Rose and her sister Poppy going round all the places in the fair just to see what people have dropped or left behind. That'd be like us going on a little treasure hunt. Edith Holden bookmark in there. In this one is something Rose found when she was tidying out her grandpa's belongings. She found a few of these. Now he took meticulous records, and this is an original piece of ephemera. This actually came from Anne, but we won't say that. So thank you, Anne. I am using your pieces reluctantly. There's a little writing tag in here, just made from bits and pieces. More writing paper. And in the back we've got the journal maker's note. So this tells you what to do with it. If you don't already know about junk journals, you can explore it, you can write in it, doodle, put places where you've been, hide mementos. So it's up to you how you can decorate it. And this I've just popped this in this pocket so you can reuse this pocket. So, what is Rose's future? Does she ever find her perfect home? These questions and more will be answered in the next volume. And it's just a little notepad for you to jot down what you think might happen next. That's a little tag. I know what I think happens next. Maybe she meets somebody. Wouldn't that be lovely? Oh, in you go. Little bead, boho bead dangling on there with a butterfly. And that's it. as you can see, she's quite a chunky little journal. And I think this measures 6 inches across there, maybe 5.5 if you squish it a bit. And the rest of the journal, I did write it down, measures 9 inches by 6.25 with the 3-inch spine. So she's quite a chunky one. So I hope you've enjoyed Rosie's journey so far, and she will be listed in my Etsy shop if you are interested. Pop over. Thanks to my brother Nick for this bit. I knew I'd use it eventually. Just loving the purple, loving it. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you like Rosie's story, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.